So, if you've never squeezed your glutes before, this is a great connection drill to connect to those glutes that you've just been sitting on your whole life. So, you gotta have a good glute connection before you really start training them. Glute bridges are great unless you're not really connected to your glutes. So, this drill is really gonna help you connect to those glutes. Listen up and I'll take you through it.
And just moving my hands to my abdominals now to manage my abdominal position. And again, going through the glute pops. Here I'm making sure that my glutes are activating while my abdominals are still braced and engaged. And of course, I could pair that with good breathing mechanics as well. All right, so this exercise is actually pretty cute. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna be turning on the glutes and we're gonna be laying on the floor to do that. We're gonna be putting our hands just behind our glutes for feedback. That feedback is gonna allow you to feel if your glutes are actually turning on or not. And soon enough, you won't need that feedback system, but we'll start by putting our hands underneath our glutes. So this is the glute pop activation drill. And when you do this exercise, I'd like to introduce something to your floor laying posture. I'd like you to introduce either a 1-inch platform, such as a book, or something that keeps your head about 1 inch elevated. Why? It's going to keep your neck more neutral. Instead of being like this on the ground, you're going to be more neutral with a block behind your back. Especially if you're very muscular in your upper back, your head's really going to be off the ground. So having a support underneath the back of your head is really going to help you stay neutral through the neck. This is a block of wood that I use at my gym. It's great, it's 1 inch wide. That's fine if you have that sort of tool available to you. If you don't have that tool available to you, a yoga block that's about, I guess this is about 3 inches, will do as well. It's a little bit big though. Ultimately, we don't want to be neutral here, we want to be neutral here. So if we can get a block that's about 1 inch, that would be ideal. So you can use 2 plates, stack them on top of each other, or something that will get 2 plates stacked together might be bigger than 1 inch, so you only need 1 plate. So get creative, look around your gym, figure out what can support your head about 1 inch off the floor. If you don't have that 1 inch option, go for a yoga block. It's also effective. Okay, so let's get into these glute pops here. So I'm gonna lay down on the floor, and the block is now supporting my neck in a neutral posture, and I think you can see that. If I were to take this away, my head is now behind neutral, or at least I believe it's behind neutral. So I want to be strong in a neutral position. So for me and my body and my muscularity, for me to create a tucked chin and a packed neck, my head usually needs to be supported by about a 1 inch block. So that's why I'm putting it there. Okay, time for the glute activation. So you're gonna put your hands just underneath the outsides of your glutes, and you're gonna lay your legs out just so they're about shoulder width apart. Let your feet flop wide open. All right, this is the easiest posture to get your glutes on. Okay, so in the beginning here, I don't want you to worry about your bracing, your abs, and your breathing. All right, I just need you to get those glutes on. So we're gonna squeeze just the left glute. We don't want to squeeze the legs. We don't want to squeeze anything else. We just want to squeeze the left glute. Now, when I squeeze my left glute, you can see my hip raising. All right, and I'm going to slowly release my left glute. And slow is key here. I don't want to just squeeze it and then turn it off. All right, that's not control. In order to have control, you should be able to slowly activate a muscle group, a target muscle group, and then slowly release that muscle group. Now, if you're having a hard time with just activating the glute, like your leg is stiffening up and other things are turning on, slow down. The faster you go, the harder this is. So slow down, get methodical, get some intention with this drill, and turn on just the glute. All right. Now my glute's fully on, my hip has raised up, but I'm not flexing through any other part of my body. I'm going to slowly release that down. And then I'm going to go on to the right glute. So now I'm just squeezing the right glute. You can see my hip raise up. My right hamstring is on just a little bit, but not enough to warrant any concern. So you're going to feel other muscles kind of there, but you're not squeezing them. So I'm just trying to connect to my glutes. Now, if you can't connect to each glute individually, that's exactly why we're doing this exercise. But here's what I want you to do if you can't connect to each glute individually. I want you to squeeze both glutes at the same time. So what that will look like is both hips will rise at the same time. You're squeezing both glutes, and then you're slowly releasing them. So once you can confidently activate both glutes at the same time, I want you to go back to single glute activation. So we've done a couple dual glute or bilateral glute activation. Now we're going to do unilateral or single glute activation. So just the left glute and then just the right glute. Practice this for 2 minutes straight, getting each glute on with quality activation, with a slow release, and you're going to be able to connect your glutes to your abs in the future in squats, deadlifts, and grow that booty and build strength in the glutes. It's exciting stuff, so just get these glute pops locked in. All right, so now that you've mastered that with your hands underneath your butt, I want you to take your hands, connect to your abdominal bracing, all right? We need to make sure the abs can squeeze with the glutes. So abs are squeezed, you can't get in under your ribs, neck is in a good position, you're not flared up like this, okay? So neck is in a good position here. We're gonna talk about the neck in future exercises. All right, so my abs are ready, I'm in a good position, and I'm gonna squeeze just my left glute, and then again, just my right glute. I'm gonna slowly release my right side and slowly engage my left side while maintaining a good abdominal brace. Abs are on, obliques are on, ribs are in a good place. I can't get in under my ribs. There we are. So that's the glute pop activation exercise. It is so crucial to have the glutes connected to the abdominal region for the next exercises that you're going to be training. So make those connections. I recommend doing these kind of exercises for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is going to allow you to build connections, especially if you're shaky or you're lacking control or connection. Just be patient. Your brain is going to figure it out. You're going to figure it out. I've had some people approach me with this, or I've worked with people on this exercise. The first 30 seconds, they were clueless. They could activate their right side, but their left side they couldn't connect. So you got to go for 2 minutes before you build that true connection. Lay there, commit to it, you're going to get it. Good luck, have fun.